Hey y'all, now you already know if I'm breaking out that big Magnalite pot, we about to be cooking something good. Let's get into it. So today I'm cooking chicken sauce piquant, and sauce piquant means spicy sauce. So it's gonna be a spicy red sauce with chicken in it, and you could use any type of protein that you like. You can use anything from chicken, beef, pork, even fish, anything you like. Today I'm using chicken. So this recipe comes from our mom Pat, who's no longer with us, but I do have a copy of her original recipe card with her handwriting. It is just the sweetest thing, and that's what we're gonna be following today. So since I'm cooking a big pot, I'm gonna be doubling her recipe, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you the ingredients that you need just for a small pot. So for veggies, you're gonna need 3 stalks of celery, 2 green onion, 3 cloves of garlic, and 1 yellow onion. For the roux, you're gonna need a half a cup of flour and a half a cup of oil. And for the rest of the sauce, you're gonna need the juice and the zest of 1 lemon. You're gonna need 8 ounces of tomato sauce, 3 cups of chicken broth, 1 large can of diced tomatoes, 2 bay leaves, 4 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, a teaspoon of salt and pepper, 2 teaspoons of cayenne pepper or more, depending how spicy you want it, 2 tablespoons of your favorite Cajun seasoning. Today we're going to go with Uncle Jay's, 4 ounces of mushrooms, 12 ounces of your favorite beer, and a teaspoon of sugar. And with that, you're going to use 1 pound of whatever meat you're going with. So I think that's about it. Let's get into it because I'm gonna be honest, this is gonna take hours to make. I feel like my favorite Cajun or even Creole recipes all tend to cook all day long. I guess if you want one of those good home-cooked Cajun meals, you have to have patience. But that's also the reason why I'm doubling the recipe, because I'm gonna put some in the freezer so that next time I want it, all I have to do is heat it up. Let's get started on the veggies. You know, speaking of Mole Pat, she used to sell these knives for her church back in the day, and I bought a set around the time me and my husband were getting married, so that's over 17 years ago, and these are by far my favorite knives ever. Not sure if I'm going to pronounce it right, but it's Rada, Rada. If you know, you know. These are my favorite knives. Almost forgot I was doubling the recipe. Now we're gonna get some oil heated up in our pot so we can get the veggies going. And since we are making a roux, let me get my favorite roux spatula. I'd say it is well seasoned. It doesn't take long for that Magnalite to heat up. I wish y'all could smell that. I think my favorite part of cooking is sauteing the veggies and the garlic. I'm just gonna cook the veggies till they're nice and tender. Then we're gonna take them out and start the roux. The veggies are nice and translucent. Let's go ahead and take them out. I got my veggies out, so now we're gonna start on the roux. And remember, I'm doubling the recipe, so I'm gonna go in with 1 cup of oil and 1 cup of flour. And yes, I know that's more than a cup, but I always like to make my roux with a little more flour than oil. We're slowly getting some color. I'm not looking for a dark roux like a stew, but something more of like a peanut butter color. Now that my roux is a beautiful peanut butter color, I'm gonna go ahead and add the tomato sauce in. And just remember, anytime you're adding anything to a hot roux, you have to be extra careful. Okay, so I'll let that cook together for a little bit, and now we're gonna add the veggies back in. And give that a little mix. And now I'm gonna add the diced tomatoes. And the chicken broth. Remember how I said this was gonna take a long time to cook? Well, if you thought the roux was the slow part, you were wrong. This is the first part of the sauce, and we're gonna reduce it to a simmer and let it go for an hour. But don't forget to stir it every once in a while. Once that hour is done, we're gonna add almost the rest of our ingredients in. I'm gonna start by rinsing, zesting, and juicing my lemons. But first we need the zest. Okay, it's been about an hour. Look at that beautiful sauce. Now we can add the rest of the ingredients. I'm gonna go in with the lemon juice, my lemon zest, the Worcestershire sauce, the salt, a couple teaspoons of sugar, a couple teaspoons of black pepper, couple teaspoons of cayenne pepper, or however hot you want it. Add some of your favorite Cajun seasoning. Add the mushrooms, your bay leaves, and last but not least, the beer. Now we're gonna let this all simmer for another hour again, but while it's simmering, you're gonna go ahead and brown your meat. I took the easy way out and I got rotisserie chicken, so all I'm gonna have to do is chop this up and add it in. All right, we have another hour down. The sauce is officially done. So now we have our sauce piquant that is complete. It is a spicy red sauce. Now all we have to do is add our meat. And today I'm using rotisserie chicken. Once I add this in, yes, it will simmer another hour, but trust me, it is worth the wait. Guess what? It's finally done. Check this out. Now we can pick the bay leaves out. Doesn't that look delicious? Now we're gonna serve this over rice with some potato salad on the side.
She must have heaved me right